Hello YouTube, and welcome to my review of the SH Figuarts Kamen Ryuki and Dragreder set. Now right off the bat, let me just start off by saying that while I have seen the entire show, I was not a fan of Kamen Ryuki as far as the story goes. I like the designs of the suits and the mirror monsters, but I was never a fan of the story. Here's a quick summary of the story through my point of view. 13 riders battle. That's it. That's pretty much what I took away from the story. I mean, yeah, there's some subplots about murdering people and all this and that, but that's pretty much what the show was about. 13 riders fighting each other. But I'm not going to hold the crappy story over this figure. The figure looks amazing, and it comes with amazing accessories. So let's go ahead and get started. For head articulation, his head can go that far down, that far up. It can lean side to side and rotate 360 degrees. And he has beautiful compound eyes underneath his visor right here. A little bit of paint mistakes on this side, but still, overall it looks absolutely amazing. For torso articulation, he can bend that far down, that far up and back. He can lean side to side, and he can twist about that much. For arm articulation, the arm can rotate 360 degrees. It doesn't have a ball in there like normal. It has this weird looking thing right here. I'm not really sure what it is, but it still moves in and out and up and down a little bit. And the arm can go about that high up. Not great, but considering this part right here, not horrible. Now the arm, actually I'm going to go ahead and do this for the other arm. The arm can rotate below the shoulder 360 degrees. Double jointed elbows, get you a bend about that much. A weird piece of articulation that most figures do not have is they can rotate right here 360 degrees. So that's unique. And of course the wrist can swivel and rotate 360 degrees as well. And seeing how this drag visor will be on his arm throughout the entirety of this review, figured I might as well go ahead and show us some articulation off of this. It is just on a peg right here on the arm, hole right there on the arm, peg right there, and it can swing down, do all that, just pegs right in, and the base can slide down and you can insert a card right there. And mine is a little loose in the arm, actually. I mean, it's not going to fall out if I shake it, but a little tap or something and it will come off, so I'm considering gluing that. For leg articulation, he has the Figuarts Type 2 hips, which means they're not on a joint that can go down, but they still get a pretty decent split. They swivel right here at the thigh, about that much. The legs can be brought forward that much. Back a little bit, gets stopped by his butt. The knees are double jointed. He has the metal style feet, which, while tight, can rotate 360 degrees. They go up that much, down that much. The toe is on a hinge, gives it a really good bend. and they go side to side a good bit. Not really to this side, but this side's the one you care about anyway. And while technically not part of the legs, the belt is a separate piece, front and back, and the deck can be slid out. See if I can get in here. Focus, please. Here we go. As you can see, everything's painted nicely. It's not flat like the Figma belt, and you can even see some metallic blue in there for the back of the cards. So overall, really nice. For accessories, as you can see, Ryuki comes with a ton of stuff. So let's go ahead and get started with the hands. Comes with a pair of fists, a pair of guard vent holding hands, a pair of sword vent holding hands. They are a little bit different from the guard vent hands. As you can see, these sword vent hands, the index finger is forward a little bit more. Comes with a pair of splayed open hands. Comes with a pair of relaxed open hands. Comes with a single card holding hand. And these are the cards right here. I'm not going to take them all out, but you get the point. Little tiny cards. And they all have backs to them and everything. So that's nice. And the final hand is the drag visor holding hand. Focus, please. Okay. And I actually broke the drag visor handle right here. I'm not sure if you can tell because there it goes. I broke it right there when I was trying to get into the hand because this is an extremely tight fit in there, and I do not ever plan to take it out now that it's in. And while I'm over here, go ahead and move this down, and the little plug right here goes into the arm. It goes in a certain way. There's a little indentation right here, fits on the bottom of that, and it just plugs right in. But because the drag visor is never coming off his arm again, don't really need that piece. Moving on, the strike vent. Basically, this just acts as an extra hand. It's okay. I mean, the paint could definitely be better on this piece. There's a lot of mistakes on mine, actually. Focus, please. Right here, as you can see, the paint is cracked. So, you know, I was never really a fan of the strike vent to begin with for Ryuki. So, not really a big deal to me. But, basically, you just plug his hand in there. I'm sorry, his little ball joint on the end of his wrist in there, just like a hand, and it acts as his strike vent. Now, for the big accessories, let's go ahead and pull off the sword vent. Comes right out of the tail, right here. Basically, it's just a peg in there and a hole in the bottom, and it just fits right into his hand. Really nicely painted. Thankfully, no paint mistakes on his sword vent that I can see. And his two guard vents, I'm just going to pull one off just to save a little bit of time. Basically, you just take it and kind of yank it off right here. And pretty much what you do is you just take this little piece off, put the handlebar in there, and you can either have him hold it in his hand or put this little piece back on and plug it into his shoulder. Let's see if I can get this off. Come on, not wanting to cooperate. There it goes. And you just peg it on right there. Come on. You can do it. Okay, well, it's not wanting to cooperate, but you just peg it on right there. And that's his guard vent. Now, for the rest of the dragon, go ahead and put the guard vent back on. I must say, this dragon is absolutely amazing looking. Love it, love it, love it. As you can see, his mouth can open. Let's get a little brighter here. His mouth can open and close. It's really nice. Nice ball jointed head right here. Can rotate and do all kinds of things. Each individual section can rotate 360 degrees and bend as much as you need it to. So he can curl around himself pretty nicely. So any position you want to get this dragon into, he can get in there. And obviously he's not going to stay by himself like that. He's just going to flop down because of his weight. So thankfully they give you a stand with three arms on it, and you can actually adjust it. You can have a single one, a double one, and a triple one, or you can have 3 double ones. All depends. These two are actually fixed double ones, and this one are 2 singles, but you can put them together to make another double. So that's always nice. And the stand has Kamen Rider Ryuki's symbol on there and his name. Final thoughts. Kamen Rider Ryuki and Dragreder are an amazing SH Figuarts release. Now, if I had to say a con for this figure, it would probably be the holding things hand for the drag visor is a little too tight. And as I mentioned earlier, I actually snapped the drag visor handle trying to get it into the hand, but with a little dab of super glue, it alleviated the problem entirely. So that's about the only con I could think of. Now pros, oh man, he has so many. First off, this amazing accessory you see him with right now, the Dragreder. Amazing paint job, really good articulation. He's a little bit floppy, but once you get him on the stand, it alleviates any problem you would have with any of the joints. And the fact that he comes with the whole dragon means you have the sword vent and you have the guard vent right there. And the fact that he comes with a smaller dragon head for the strike vent just adds to the awesomeness. And another awesome thing about this figure is that it only amounts to about 500 to 700 more yen than an average release, like say an O's release. So it's really good value for money. And speaking of the O's releases, considering this comes with so much for so little price, why couldn't the O's releases come with some effect parts or something? For instance, the Tajador combo, why didn't it come with at least one set of the wings? It just really blows my mind that this could come with everything you see here, plus tons of hands and little cards for just a fraction more. So, like, I don't know, it just blows my mind. So definitely recommend getting this guy if you're a Kamen Rider Ryuki fan, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight fan, any Kamen Rider kind of fan, or anyone who wants a really cool looking dragon. So with that, I'll see you with the next review.